Hello from me, George Riley. Welcome to St Helens. We're at the Ruskin Leisure Centre today, in the nice leafy suburbs of St Helens. It's a nice area, this, for Saints to do all their training and the weight work, which is what they're doing in the background. Kieran Cunningham, the club captain, Jon Wilkin, amongst others, being put through their paces ahead of Engage Super League 14. And after the ultimate disappointment that was last season, Saints are really keen, obviously, to hit the board running. They wiped the floor with all the competition during the regular season last season, as they have the last 4 years in a row, in fact. But for the second year on the spin, they fell at the final hurdle to the Leeds Rhinos. They will be keen to right those wrongs starting in a couple of weeks' time. There's a new coach in as well, Mick Potter, and they're 15-8 Saints, short of second favourite only to Leeds, only narrowly so, to win the Engage Super League this season. We're going to meet the boys and find out just how much they want it. Well, we've escaped out of the gym for a bit of fresh air for a couple of minutes. Jon Wilkin, enjoying the session?
Yeah, it's been a change up since Daniel Anderson's left, and certainly our structure in the gym and our prehab and the physio side of things really improved. So I think you've seen a bit of what we do today, and it's certainly feeling the benefit of doing that. Do
you enjoy all this stuff? Because when I come to a training ground, I expect to see you just running into each other and throwing the ball about, but you're doing some quite intricate things in there.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose maybe that's a sign of the times, really. Things are changing. The sort of the old-fashioned style of training and the training methods that are being used are sort of being forced out of the game now, you know, in place of new techniques, modern techniques, especially in the medical side of things. And our physiotherapy team, Joe Hayes and Matt Viljoen, who are really good and make sure that we're doing all the right things to make sure we're fit for the full year.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think, you know, we've all had a good rest over the Christmas period, and now back into training, and certainly the intensity is there for all to see in our training sessions. So hopefully that'll continue for the next few weeks, and then we can get stuck into some games. Big
season for you as well, being your testimonial year. Paul Wellens, you still look like a sprightly lad, but you've been around ages now.
Yeah, my 10th season at the club. Yeah, obviously very proud to play for my hometown club for such a period, and you know, just hopefully it can be a successful year for all concerned.
Is it going to be a special year for you as well, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think when you make your debut, you know, mine was back in '98. I never thought that I'd go on to play for my hometown club for 10 years and over 300 games, but here we are, and I'm fully enjoying it. Hopefully there's a few more years left yet.
And as a team, points to prove really after falling, well, in the last 2 years at the final hurdle.
Yeah, I mean, very frustrating really. Look at the last 2 years. Apart from 2 games, we've been absolutely outstanding, and you know, let ourselves down probably in a big way in the 2 grand finals. But like I say, as that's history now. We have to, you know, deal with what we can control, and you know, we're looking forward to 2009, and hopefully we can make that a successful year.
Yeah, it's been going really good. I think you know, I've been doing a lot of work in the gym, and you know, and also on the pitch. So everything's been going well so far. So you know, I'm just waiting for that first game. Really, just can't wait to get on the pitch.
We've been watching the other group doing their weights and stuff. You've been over doing a bit of wrestling, I understand, today.
Yeah, wrestling. It's not WWF stuff, but you know, it's a bit like it at times, and you know, it's pretty full on. So you know, it's nice to get you know, a little bit of physical contact, probably as close as we get, you know, to an actual game. So you know, it's important that we don't kind of get used to being a bit soft really in the off season. And you know, new coach Mick Potter, he's you know, he's given us pretty tough at wrestling.
Yeah, how's he been with you, Mick? And how? I mean, you obviously Daniel Anderson very well. How's the change been?
Yeah, it's been a good change really. It's you know, obviously everybody was very fond of Daniel, and then Mick's come in, and he's a similar kind of bloke really. He's, you know, he's a good bloke. Everybody, I think all the lads really get on with him, and you know, he's approachable. I think that's an important thing. He's not one of them coaches that you're afraid to talk to as such. So like I say, he's you know, he's bringing new ideas into both, you know, wrestling, the weights, and on the field, and you know, other aspects like off the field as well. So you know, it's a fresh start for, you know, a lot of us, and you know, a good change with the new coach.
We've had a sneak preview, a bit of your physical preparation for the new Engage Super League season. How about the mental focus? Because last season, Saints during the regular season pretty much wiped the floor with everyone and then fell at the final hurdle again to Leeds. Is that something that's kind of still there hovering over you, or you're fresh and ready to go?
No, it can't. It's not there at all, really. It's one of those things that you can't focus on.
Is that James Graham knocking on the...
Yeah, he's coming out. That's the current man of steel, James Graham.
Yeah, so as you were saying.
This is James Graham, current man of
Current
steel.
Man of Steel.
You're talking about changing times.
He leads by example, doesn't he?
He does.
So as you were saying, your focus is pretty much spot on at the moment.
Yeah, that's obviously really switched on all the guys at the moment. So that's just usual, usual day of training. So, but yeah, the
way last season ended,
yeah, but that's just one game. We were happy with how we played for the full year, and obviously
big game though.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way the competition's structured now. But we can't dwell on it really. I mean, it's up for other people to speculate how we'll deal with that. But in camp, it's not an issue at all.
I suppose you as well. You then had the subsequent disappointment of what happened internationally as well. So you'll be probably more keen than anyone to get back on and remind people how good you are. Yeah,
exactly. Definitely, it's as a sports person, you want to succeed in any walk of life, regardless what your job is. You want to do well, and certainly no different to that. I'm committed to improving my performance, and I'm sure the rest of the team are very similar, and looking forward to starting again, because one of the worst things about sort of having a negative end to the season is it's a long time between between games, and to get things right does take some time.
Well, we'll let you go and hit James Graham quite hard.
He's bigger than me. I'll leave him to it.
Just one final note on your new coach, Mick Potter. How's he been with you? What's the change been like?
Very good. Yeah, obviously every coach has their own slant on the games, and Mick will come in and change things, subtly, and we're looking forward to working underneath him, definitely.
Right. Well, I haven't signed for St Helens, by the way. I'm just freezing my bits off, so I borrowed a coat. Let's talk to the man of steel. Already seen a little bit of him on camera so far. How does that sound, by the way, James?
Yeah. Just giving Wilco a bit of stick. It's all part of the fun down at training here, so yeah.
Man of steel, liking it?
It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. It's just it's more about the team and not about individual awards. I've said that before, so.
Means you've got to speak to people like me a bit more, though.
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah. People want to do interviews and stuff, but yeah, it doesn't really bother me. Just get on with it. Really, part of the job.
How's the close season been for you? End of last season disappointing.
Unbelievable, Jack.
Internationals disappointing, but you seem to be having a laugh ahead of Super League anyway.
Yeah, you've got to really. Obviously the disappointment of last year, but life goes on, doesn't it? I suppose. There's good group of lads here. I hope you get over that, and part of playing rugby is enjoying it as well. And we seem to do that a lot here.
Well, since the inception of Super League, St Helens have won the top prize 5 times. This season it's the first chance for Mick Potter to have a go with this Saints side. Can they do it? Well, our first chance to see will be Friday the 13th of February at home against the Warrington Wolves.